and he sent the B team along, so I'll be doing that. There's a few things. When Tricia said, "Oh, can you do InDesign User Group?" I said, "Yeah, great. InDesign 5.5 and the features in that. And oh, can you do Acrobat?" And I went, "Yeah." And Muse. And I went, "Oh yeah. Well, how long have I got? 3 days?" You know me. I come from a family who believes in take a breath, lose a turn. So I will keep talking until 8:30 when we have Q&A. But it's a user group meeting, so it's really good at these user group meetings when I do them in Sydney and other parts where people ask a question and someone over there answers it, and I go, "That's great," because I'm not the expert. I just happen to know one or two things more than people in the room. So I'm going to start. Tricia showed me this is what you're doing. I went, "Oh, great, that's good," except for the accessible PDFs. Who came along specifically to see exclusively how to make accessible PDFs? Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'll be giving you a prize and touching on, and I'll be touching on. I'll be touching on accessible PDFs, but more lightly than perhaps you should have. So I'll apologise for that. All right. Who is using InDesign CS 5.5? Okay. And CS5? No, we do this all the time. And 4s? Okay. And 3s? Cool. And 2s? I'm going to tell you after the next rev, and to preempt the question of when's the next version coming out, it's 2 years after the last version came out, or 1 year after the last .5. You know, we're now on this known 2-year cycle with a 1 year in between for dot releases. That's if you didn't know, now are. Okay, so you can probably pick pretty closely when the next version will be coming out. Okay. So the reason why is CS2, we only allow for versions 3 back to upgrade. We always have done that. So if you're on version 2, by the time the next version comes out, you SOL trying to upgrade that. Sorry about that. I keep saying SOL in front of my kids, and eventually they said, "Dad, what does that stand for?" And I can't tell them. So I'm going to just start with a couple of things of Acrobat. So if you're not on CS5 or 5.5, you're probably not on Acrobat 10. Is anyone using Acrobat 10? Yeah, only a couple. But anyone using Acrobat in general, you've got it sort of in the box. Everyone uses it. So I know the next 10 minutes is probably not going to make you rush out and buy Acrobat 10, but it's going to be in the box. And if you're talking design standard or design premium, a couple of things. Of course, I use it constantly, day in and day out, Acrobat. I sort of forget how much is there. So I just picked 3 things I really wanted to show you, which I use all the time. And one of the things that I love is in Acrobat 10. Well, apart from the fact the whole interface has changed. What's a new version of Acrobat without us rearranging the entire interface? But it does actually work a little better in that it's now based around what you want to do with it as opposed to what it does. And so hang in there and get used to it, because these are the things of, well, what do you want to work with? What do you want to do? As opposed to having to go through these thousands of menu commands trying to figure out what it is. Because the first thing when we watch people use Acrobat, the number one first thing they always did was rotate the pages around, to turn the pages around. So, and you can rearrange all these yourselves, but the next thing was, to do something and then crop the page up there. So we try to fit them up there, but they are very different places if you're not used to it. Now I'm used to it. I go, oh, this is really good. Okay, so one of the main things about Acrobat 10 is, especially if your customers upgrade to Acrobat 10 as well, and you'll get a lot of Windows people who will make, or Office users who will make PDFs. The interesting thing, actually, I'll show you this one first, okay, is that you get something like this, okay, and someone says to you, you say, well, that's great, and they say, can you put it in a spreadsheet? And you go, well, I've got the PDF version. And they go, well, can you copy that into a spreadsheet? And you select it and you copy it, and it's just a complete and utter mess, okay? The great thing about Acrobat 10 now is there's a lot of effort gone into making it smart enough to realise what a spreadsheet looks like. And if you select the text tool and hold down the option on a Mac or the Alt on a PC, when you select it, okay, you can notice that what it does is change the I-beam when you hold down Option, so it knows, okay, I'm selecting it as a table. There are other ways to do this, but this is the way I do it. When you copy that, it actually copies it as a spreadsheet. And what I'm going to do is, because I stupidly upgraded to Lion without installing Office, so trust me, our stuff works fine, but you really got to reinstall Office. There's a bug with pasting off the clipboard. At least that's I'm going to use simple text. Is that when I paste it, that's what happens, of course. Actually, I'll do it this way. I'll use file. I'm going to save as this. Okay. So this is just a one-pager. I'm doing it first because it's quick, and the other one's like a 10-page document. This is a one-pager. It was created from Excel by a Windows user. They made it. And all I have to do now is save this as a spreadsheet, Microsoft Excel workbook. Okay, stick it on the desktop. It does it. Okay, I'll go back to that. And then when I open it up, lordy, lordy, hallelujah, the damn thing comes in as a spreadsheet. I swear to God, this works. Now, I do this, people go, yeah, it's a demo file, of course it's going to work, okay? But it really does work. It works 100% guaranteed if the app that created it was an Office file, okay? Using our tools or even just using the PDF, because all the PDF tools, trust me, if it came from Office, it'll go back out as that, okay? And it's live, etc., etc. It's all live. So the other thing that I wanted to show is that document, which has a whole lot of pages, okay? And because it did, and I don't know about you, the very first thing I do when I get a PDF is I hit Apple D and then go to description and then find out what they were using to make the PDF, and if it's not one of our products, I ring them up and try and convince them to use our products. I used to love seeing Quark Express in there, right? And I'd call people, I think, how can you tell? And I go, no. Anyway. But again, just to prove the point, if you're going to get Acrobat 10 in the box, if you upgrade Design Premium or Design Standard, why is the benefit? Just same thing. Just do a save as a Microsoft Word document, and you literally just do that, and I'll fire that up. And again, even if it's not from an Office document or something else, but I swear, even that is going to give you 85 to 90%. When coming out of Word originally, there it is in Word. There's one good thing about Lion is the fact that after 20 years, the Mac, you can now you don't have to go to the bottom right-hand corner to resize Windows. But it takes you a long time to remember that. Okay, so there's the PDF version. I'll get rid of that, and I'll leave it there. And there's been saved out of the PDF. So it is, even the formatting. Okay, so remember, this is the Word document out of the PDF. Mostly because if you've gone from Word to PDF, you'd expect to be able to go back to Word pretty reliably, and now you can. Okay, so don't be shy. It's a little bit. You'd expect it to be a little bit more complex than that, but we actually did it for. I think I'm amongst friends here. We did it for Office users, so because they told us that they expect to be able to go file, save as Word or save as Excel, not file, export or copy paste. They just want to save it as a Word doc. Okay, so now you can. So that's one good thing. What I like is this. I get lots of what people call, I'll send you a PDF, right? And it's a PDF, all right, of a picture, of a TIFF image, okay? And okay, so when I open it up directly, as you saw me there, it wants to do what I'm going to show you, but I'm going to say no, so then I have something to demo. So it's going to open it up, and this is actually an image, okay? God, I hit spotlight, sorry. There, that way. So it is actually an image. It's if I use the text tool, I can't select anything, etc., etc. In Acrobat, okay? Just hit recognize text. So what happened when it opened that TIFF initially, it was trying to do this automatically, okay? So I've just said, no, don't do it. I want to show people this, except there was too much. So I just hit this, click OK, and it de-skews it. You'll see it shifted a little bit. It processes it. Okay, there it is. And now, although when I show this, people say it's still a picture. It's still a picture to guarantee fidelity with the original scan. Okay, so the picture sits on top. But what it is, and Acrobat's been able to do this for years and years and years, but we've made it a bit more obvious. And now that when I select this, it's now text. Okay, So you think, well, can you combine those two? What if I was about to save this as a Word doc? Okay, now remember this was a scan of something. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm just winging it here. So what it's going to do is now it's got the text, and now it's got the font information about that. Let's close that down. Let's not save it. Let's open this up and see what it looks like. There it is. Oh, isn't that good? Swear to God, I didn't even... That's what I didn't even try. There you go. And that was a scan of something. Who knows what it created? It was just a scan. Press me, that did.